Yo, what is going on, guys? It's Gentleman here, and I'm finally back with another story time. It's been a minute, that's for sure. But because of that, we're not going to waste any time at all. So I'm going to just hop right into it. This story time is about some pretty interesting twists and turns that took place on a school trip. So let's get right into it. A little bit of background for the story. The story takes place a couple years ago. I believe I was in the 9th grade. I was about 14, something like that. And a little bit of context for 14-year-old me. I was a fucking nerd. I was in the school band, and I played percussion, for anyone wondering, because I just like to sit in the back of the room and like hit things occasionally and act like I knew how to play music, but I didn't. In like a couple years earlier, I had done tuba, so that was interesting. But playing the tuba led to me meeting one of my really good friends, so I'm glad I did that. And he actually played percussion with me, so, good times. I like that. But point is, I was a nerd. I was in the band. And because it was in the band, every year there was like a band trip, right? But this year there was 2. And this was the first one of the year. And it was just an overnight trip to just like the city adjacent to ours, just the next one over. And I was pretty excited. I was pretty pumped. I was going to go with a couple of my friends, and like the trips were always fun because like, yeah, you did band shit, but you also like got to go do cool stuff and like hang out and have fun. It was almost like a little mini vacation in the school year. It was a good time. It was like these cool little trips. So I was pumped. I was pretty excited. So the day comes, and I hop on this big bus with my friend, and off we go. And I had about like 3 friends in the band class. One of them didn't go on this particular trip. So I had my 2 friends, and I was missing the one guy, but I still had my 2 friends, so I was chilling. And what we were doing here is like, we obviously went to play music and stuff, but the first day we kind of just did a concert in another school in our city, then went to the other one. And in this other city, there's this really big, like really huge, like shopping mall, and it's got like all sorts of stuff in it, and there's like this giant water park in it. We went to the water park, and it was awesome. But the one thing is, while we were there, my one friend at the time, I guess, had better riz than the other 2. 14-year-old me had pretty poor riz and women's skills, as I will say. I was not good at that sort of thing. Ask any of my friends. My one friend, I guess, was, because he had a girlfriend at the time. And because he had a girlfriend at the time, he and this girl were kind of just like chilling in the main pool the entire time. And me and my one friend were like, yo, come on, man, we got to go do some slides. Like, that's the whole reason we're here. But he wouldn't come with us. And it was annoying. And if you're watching this, which you might be, I'm still not over it, but also, whatever, you're chilling. You had better women's skills than me, so fair is fair. But anyways, so me and my one friend just went on a bunch of slides, killed time, had a good time. And in like the central hub area of the slides, like that you end up in after you finish sliding, there's like all these like drink machines that you can just get whatever the fuck drink you want for free. So me and my friend developed this strategy, this pattern. We'd run upstairs, fly down a slide, chug a drink, rinse and repeat. Good times, man. I want to do that again. That actually sounds so fun right now. So we do that. And yeah, we kind of just did that the whole time. Having a good time. And we occasionally journey back to the main pool whenever they turn on the waves, because that was pretty neat. And it was just a pretty good time overall. And then after the water park, we got some time to just like wander around the mall, as you do on school trips. Not really. I don't know why I said that. And me and my friend went to get some food, because my other friend and his girlfriend went off somewhere. I'm not certain where. And yeah, so me and my friends decided to get some food. We were some hungry boys at the time. And so we got our food, and then we leave. We decided to go to the video game store because we thought the new Super Smash Bros. Had come out, and we wanted to go check it out, but we didn't think we were going to buy it. We just wanted to go check it out, see what was up. And so we go, and we're going up this escalator, right? And then my friend looks panicked. I'm like, dude, what's up? He's like, I left my backpack in the food court. I'm like, oh, okay. What do we do about that? And just for context, my friend is a gymnast. So he's like very agile and good at like throwing himself around and stuff. This will also come into play later in the story. But this man, we're like pretty far up the escalator. This man just like vaults himself over the side of the escalator back down to the main floor. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess we're doing this. And I follow him. I'm not a gymnast, like at all. So that ended a lot worse for my legs than it did his. His were trained for that impact. Mine weren't. But I'm still alive, so there is that. And we ran back to the food court. His backpack was still there. He got it. We were chilling. This is like the longest build up to the actual like title of the story. I apologize, but I hope you're enjoying. So yeah, other than that, mall trip, pretty standard. And then later on, we end up back at our hotel. And here's where things really get interesting. My one gymnast friend, he finds the coffee maker. He doesn't drink coffee though. And he's a bit of a smaller dude, or he was at the time. And he started just like downing these brown sugar packets. Like he was having a good time. He was just downing these sugar packets, just enjoying it. Just some tasty packets of brown sugar. And because this dude's a gymnast, he was quite literally bouncing off the wall. You know how people say like bouncing off the walls when someone's really energetic? It's not like hyperbole in this situation. He was actually just bouncing off the wall. 1 second, my cat's crawling into the roof. I'll be back. Okay, sorry guys, I'm back. But yeah, this guy was actually like bouncing off the walls, hopping off them, doing backflips on the bed. Kind of impressive, not gonna lie. I will say that. I wish I could do that. But this man was going pretty wild. So me and my other friend were like, hey, what do we do about this? And so we ended up doing about it is we locked him in the closet. That was our big solution. I mean, we were able to catch him. So we put him in the closet, and he just sat there watching memes, which, what else are you going to do when you get trapped in a closet in a hotel? It's just you and the ironing board chilling. Maybe a safe in there, I don't know. So yeah, he was in there for a while, and me and my other friend just kind of did our thing. And the thing with these trips is they're supposed to have 4 to a room, but there's only 2 beds in every room. So, like, 2 people would have to share a bed. And, like, that doesn't sound like a problem, but I'm always, like, weird about that. There's, like, very few people to, like, actually share a bed with. Like, it's just a personal issue with, like, just me and my space. There's, like, very few people on this planet that I will actually, like, willingly share a bed with. But you know what? That's not important. So I just told my friends, I'm like, if I'm going to make a whole deal about this, I'm not going to like make it everyone else's problem. So you guys have the beds and I'll figure it out. And so my first big idea was like this like cushioned bench by the window. I'm like, I'll sleep on that. That'll be fine. Just one of you give me a blanket and I'll be chilling. So they gave me the blanket and I was sitting there and it was cold as hell. Like, those cushions were so fucking cold, and I can't figure out why. But I sat there for a while because we were looking out the window, and we saw that, I don't know if our teachers, like, thought about this or even knew before they booked this hotel, because it was, like, a pretty old hotel. But we look, and we see, like, this gentleman's club, which, for those of you who don't know, is a strip club just right across the road from, our hotel window. So that was lovely. And it was funny because we saw this couple in the hotel lobby when we showed up there. And, we saw them get out of a taxi and go into the gentleman's club. Now, here's where the story gets interesting. I guess here's like the plot twist, I suppose. But before we get into it, I do have to say I'm not sure this actually happened. This might have been a dream. I don't actually know. If one of my friends sees this video who was on this trip with me, let me know if this happened or if I'm just crazy. But I gave up on sleeping on the bench because it was cold as hell. So I just like slept on the floor, like between the 2 beds that my friends had. I'm like, I'll sleep here. And I was chill there. It was fine. I kind of dozed off for a while. And then I woke up, and here's the part that I don't know if this happened or if I'm just like had a really vivid dream. But I woke up, and I remember going into the hallway for some reason because I was just disoriented. I'm like, I need some air. And of course, we all know the best oxygen is found in hotel hallways because that's just a fact of science. It's in all the textbooks. So I went out there, and I remember just seeing this giant, like, horde almost of, like, the strippers from the strip club. Just, like, chilling, dancing in the hallway. And I remember a couple of my classmates from the band class just kind of, like, looking at me, like, what the fuck? And, like, I remember this one dude, like, he came out of his room, and he came up to me, because, like, all the girls were on a different floor, I believe. And he's like, what the fuck? Like, are you seeing this? Like, is this actually happening? And then, like, he went up and talked to one of them. I was like, yo, like, you guys what are you doing? Like, he just went to go talk to the strippers, so that was a choice. And they're like, oh yeah, we like party here like every night. It's like well known that we're here. Do you guys want to party with us? Like, we're having a party at our hotel room. And this guy was like, we're here for a school trip and we're 14, so I think we're gonna pass, but thank you. And like, I don't know if that was the right move or the right move was to say yes. What he did was probably the right move, but yeah. And so I was just kind of weirded out, so I just went back into my room and went back to bed. And I'm pretty sure that's all that happened, and if that is even real. The more I think about this, I honestly kind of bet it was a dream. I don't think this actually happened, but hey, at least I'm admitting that, and this kind of gives me an idea for a video series that I already had that idea. But yeah, the only other thing I remember is waking up and being late for breakfast because I was watching the Avengers Endgame trailer, and my friend was not happy because I had all the breakfast tickets, and he needed one to eat food, and wasn't happy that I kept him from doing that, which is fair. But anyways, that's going to be the story. Hope you guys enjoyed the story that may or may not have actually happened, but I hope you enjoyed regardless. And yeah, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.